Hello and welcome to Business Reporter's Future of Retail campaign. I'm Ashley Blake. Brands have a wide variety of places, both online and offline, in which data on their customers sits. But there are a few tools available that allow them to collect, unify and organise this data. The result is that without being able to build a coherent profile of their customers, they can't offer a truly personalised experience. This can be damaging to brands given the evolution of retail towards exactly that, highly personalised customer experiences. Without knowing who their customers are, brands will struggle to stand out from the competition and generate incremental revenue and margin. Ultimately, in a changing market, they'll be the ones who lose out. Why has it proven so difficult to organise that data? And is help on the horizon? This is what we're going to discuss today with Philip Raby, General Manager UK of mediarithmics. Good morning, Philip. Thanks for joining us.
Morning, Ashley.
So let's get started. The pace of evolution of online retail has been staggering, hasn't it? Brands have been able to reach new customers and new geographies, but has it always been to their benefit?
Well, it's been to their benefit with respect to obviously driving new revenue. One of the key challenges that we've seen is they are drowning in customer data. Drowning in customer data to say that actually how the customers are now interacting with them are across so many channels as well. I guess that's been driven predominantly by the fact that retail has been moving heavily online over the last 5 to 6 years. In the UK, the online retail space was worth 700 billion in 2019, and COVID further accelerated that as well. So now that's not to say that of course there's a challenge, but of course there also is a solution as well.
Right, so just explain to us how and what companies, online and offline retailers, do with this information. Where is it?
Well, if you think about how consumers interact with a retailer today, they're interacting with them on their website, through their app, through their marketing channels, so display and email and push notification. And then also some people are actually still going into stores, would you believe it? So that customer data is actually being housed in separate technologies on a retailer side, so data lake, data warehouse, CRM, etc. And fundamentally, the challenge that surfaces for a retailer is they're never truly able to understand what we term a 360-degree customer view. And because of that, they're never truly able to personalize content and personalize communications to their customers to drive better engagement and also better ROI.
I see, and this is where you come in, because it's vital, isn't it, for brands to have a good idea of what their customers want in order to give them this personalised experience. How does mediarithmics help?
From a mediarithmics perspective, how do we help them today? We help them by being able to onboard all of that information and data wherever it exists, retailer side, so multiple different platforms, into a single platform in real time. From there, we're able to help retailers build smart audience segments. So an audience segment could be a consumer that has purchased from a specific product category at a certain period in time, so 3 to 6 months ago. And then enabling that retailer to activate across multiple channels, so display, email, push notifications, search, for example, through the platform as well. What we're also able to do is provide retailers with interesting real-time insights and analytics about how those consumers have engaged with those campaigns, and how have they gone through the purchasing funnel on a retailer's own property, so their website, their app, for example.
I see. Have you found that companies are a bit wary about giving over all this information technology budget to you, and can you sort of guarantee them a decent return?
Well, technology is expensive, not just from just buying the technology, but also from an operational perspective as well, and an implementation point of view. Luckily, we have a lot of real life use cases with the likes of Auchan, who's very similar to Tesco in the UK, so a very big supermarket in Europe. The likes of Fnac which is a big electronics retailer in Europe, so very similar to Currys in the UK. And then the likes of Cdiscount as well. What we're looking to do is to streamline the customer data that they have and be able to surface that more effectively for marketing and advertising teams internally to be able to communicate effectively to their customers.
Gotcha. And that results in a better personalised customer experience?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, personalisation is just one area that that we deliver use cases around. We also deliver use cases around how do we help you acquire new customers? How do we help you retain those customers? How do we help you not churn those customers as well?
How does mediarithmics help retailers better understand their customers and to give them a personalised experience?
We provide broadly the means of giving them a platform to help them understand what that single customer view is. So understand how that consumer has engaged with your website, for example, at any given point in time, your apps, if you have apps, if you're running a display campaign with 1 billion impressions, how has that consumer interacted with that display campaign? And all of that is populated at a user level. Now, previously, that information was being captured, but it was being captured in different technology silos within an organization, so it wasn't speaking to one another.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How will a better understanding of their customers help improve the brand's strength and the value, I guess?
So I'll tackle the question in two parts because they're a little bit separate. So from a value point of view, the fundamental I guess advantage of being able to understand a customer is to increase customer lifetime value. And I'll give you an example of that. Brompton bikes, for example. Typically, someone will only buy one Brompton bike in 10 to 15 years. But what mediarithmics can provide to Brompton, for example, is to help them understand when that purchase actually occurred. And then over the lifetime of actually owning that bicycle, Brompton being able to upsell and cross-sell products based on that consumer's future interaction with the brand. So has that consumer visited the site again? Has that consumer interacted with their campaigns at some given point in time? And then being able to personalize campaigns across multiple different channels for that specific individual. From a brand equity or strength point of view, it's important, I think, for brands to be able to target the right person at the right time with the right message, which is point one. B is not targeting people with inefficient and annoying messages as well, which can annoy customers, of course. So
and damage the brand.
And damage the brand. So both of those things, with regard to understanding customer data, will have a downstream impact on brand equity as well.
The past decade for retail has seen a substantial change. How do you see the next decade in the sector changing?
So online retail will continue to increase and grow. That's not to say that the high street is dead, but certainly I think consumers, buoyed by COVID, also will continue to buy online because it's easier. That will exacerbate the challenge around the proliferation of customer data, which we spoke about previously. What will also occur from our point of view is brands will start to become media publishers as well. So as an example of that, Asda resells, say for example, Unilever products. So they have a very good understanding about Unilever customers and how they're interacting with the brand. So what that means for Asda is they're able to package up that data and sell it on to the likes of Unilever in the form of campaigns, and then also provide Unilever with the value of reporting analytics off the back of that, how people have actually interacted with those products as well. The benefit to Unilever is they don't have that line of sight to the consumer. They're always reselling through an Asda. Those two things will happen and continue to grow. In order to do that, retailers need strong and stable and scalable technology to be able to deliver that. And mediarithmics hopes to help many European retailers across their journeys over the course of the next 5 to 10 years.
Philip, you've given us a lot of information in a short space of time there. Where can people get more detail, more information about mediarithmics?
So we work with a lot of retailers at mediarithmics, and because of that, we run a lot of really interesting marketing events. Some of those educational, so the likes of webinars and breakfast as well, with really interesting speakers, and also after work. So please visit mediarithmics.com, and we'd be more than happy for you to come along and attend some of our future events.
Excellent stuff. Philip, thanks very much for coming in and talking to us today.
Thanks so much.